I am the Quasimodo of ugly women. As you can see, I've got my Modo smiles and my gollywog face. Look at my lips. And I have to own it. Yes, you do. Not only as you do, but I'm not going to lie, I know it's Halloween, but guess what? I got a new top. Do you know, the top says all I want for Christmas is more police. In fact, do you know what? I was thinking of doing. Look at this. All I want for Christmas is more police. I was thinking. I was thinking of doing. I saw one of these little leaflets, and it says here, believe it or not, Guide to Making Police Complaints. Now, what is this? It says Introduction to the System. Why would I make a complaint? Why would I don't even want to read the guide or introduction unless it's about intercourse, and it says something like they got really large cocks, so you will need a guide to take deep breath or something, and that's the only guide I want to know about dealing with the police. And then they spend a lot of time, because we've got lots of criminals, arresting bad people, so be prepared for them to squeeze you really delicately. And if it does get a little bit tight, take deep breaths, intervals, because obviously that's what the guide is for. They've got large hands, large cocks, great hands. They can, once they get hold of you, I guess, I'd like to think they would not let go, cuff you really hard. In fact, I rarely do see criminals get away. I do like the idea of them when they step on people's backs, though. I think that's really cool. I must admit, I do actually think that's really cool. And you know what I think it's cool? Someone was getting in trouble by Buckingham Palace, and it was the way someone captured them getting arrested. And it was the way the officer was just like folding up the person like an envelope and just put his knee down in his back. That was like, you know, when you put the little triangle of the envelope, that's what it felt like, but that was funny. So anyway, let's go back. It says here, introduction. Please, we don't want to read that. Who would ever complain if a man had a good grip on you with a very large cock? Nobody. So, why would I? Introduction. We're not complaining. Well, I'm not anyway. And it says, why would I make a complaint? Well, I don't think you fuck all the black. I don't think you're fornicating with all the black women with real hair that like them. You seem to be fornicating with the ones that are funding, one would say, finances and resources that go against our crown and culture. So every time you put your phallus in one of those women that wear false eyelashes and weave, whether they be black, white, or different, and not suffering from a medical illness. Vanity is not a medical illness. They're just suffering from jealousy. They want hair like and nails like everybody else. Believe it or not, I don't. These are mine. And so it says, why would I make a complaint? Because you're not. Can you imagine making a complaint? Why would you make a complaint against them? Well, you're not fucking the black ladies. Oh, I feel sorry for Englishmen. It's like, can you imagine? They've got enough to deal with. They've got people there that trying to take over Trafalgar Square, but then you've got black women sitting at home going, why can't we have these lovely Englishmen? And to the point when you see a criminal getting arrested, you're like, you just want to deal with the criminal yourself, but you're taking all that BDSM practice and fun. How dare you? You just look at the police and you think, right, well, by the time you get to me, there's no excuse. You can't be fucking us stupidly. You know, I see the way you arrest criminals. We want to get handled in a nice way. So it says common lists about complaints. Wow. I do believe that if our mouths were filled with some of those big, nice, massive cocks, we wouldn't be complaining so much because our mouths would be full. That's a gob's worth. What if I decide not to make a complaint? Then you are bloody well satisfied, bitch, because why would you complain if you were satisfied and your cervix was getting bashed and bashed and bashed, almost, let's say, fired up with passion Oh, you mean, are you not jealous of those who get a hole in their head? Like, shut up. You at least. It's like when you see them do that, you're like, oh, so you can't aim straight then. My cervix is here, not being lubricated. So that's what would happen if you don't make a complaint. That's simply because you don't have to make a complaint. Oh, you're satisfied. So, complaint process. So the court enters. You stretch your neck out, I'd presume, and take a deep breath and breathe according to the. I don't know. I wouldn't know, but obviously you would have to breathe so you could survive. Making a complaint. Yes, well, what would you do? How do I make a complaint? Why? Who do I complain to? Can we get a different one, please? Like, can we make, like, that nice officer who accidentally is on fire at the moment? Can he be in charge and just say, look, can you shoot to thrill us as well, please? Like, those bad people, they get all your attention. But if you could just turn it around, like, put all your your professionalism into phallicism, and then direct that same energy. Like, if you was to direct that and shoot to thrill, can you imagine how many happy black women there will be? So if there was no stupid criminals out there taking the Englishman's time, almost a bit homosexual like now I'm starting to think, because there's something going on between every English officer and every criminal. Is there some secret gay club out there? Because there's a lot of nice black women that could do with something. You guys are owning their kingdoms, taking charge of the situation, putting your pole in the ground and in the universe. How do you make a complaint? You put a cushion on your knees, so that way it takes away the pressure of your whole body resting on your knees. So how do you make a complaint? You simply grab that cushion on the way down to the floor and make sure that it's on your knees, and then you just simply open your mouth wide, I guess. So that will be another one. Can someone help me make a complaint? Well, that's usually called a threesome. If you don't want to lose your man to a woman with weave or fake eyelashes, or one who secretly sponsors treason and espionage, then don't get anybody to help you, because you could easily lose the man that you feel had the right phallus to reach your cervix. Almost jealous of those who get the officer's attention. Professional standards. We know how great you are professionally. Now can we put that practice into phallically? Decision to record. Well, you can always upload those videos on a good website. That is proof that you recorded every single thing. And then hopefully, how long does the process take? It depends on how much you can take. Usually they say if it's in your mouth for a long time, you just can breathe through your nose. And if you're having difficulties breathing through your nose, think of those deep sea divers. In fact, they have all sorts of things, equipment. We don't have equipment. So I guess if the phallus is really big, you can probably just pull your lips apart and try and grasp some air that way. We're not sure. It really depends, how long it is. Telling your side of the story. You don't tell your side of the story. You just look satisfied. And if you cry, it's called face hydration. If you tell your side of the story, don't. Conduct during a search. Now, ladies, we all know you have to keep your best underwear on. If you are not keeping your best underwear on, then I guess that is poor conduct. So always make sure you have your best knickers on, because you never know when you're going to get stopped and searched. And we have to give these men a reason to go to work. Like, you have to make sure that you've got your nice knickers on, clean stockings, a decent bra where if it needs to come off quickly, make sure your bosoms are lovely and scented, I guess. If you're like me, add glitter to your body. I think glitter, well, I won't say the term that's used, but I would love to hear those words again. So in the meantime, so what you do during a search is take a deep breath and smile, honey. Keep your arms open, legs apart if it's asked. And if you are feeling a little bit moist, just be honest. Just say, oh, I'm ready. Yep. Not. Getting the officer's side of the story. Yes, you almost always has to listen. So get on his good side. In other words, if they say bend down, shut up, put your legs open, and then go, just take a deep breath, get on your knees. As the best, the only question you could ask is like, may I have a cushion, please? Because that's really hard. Possible outcomes of a complaint. Great sex, I guess. Next, still there. If you're unhappy with the outcome, what can you do? Well, it's called retail therapy. You buy more stockings, more socks, more tights, more tops. Be as full as potential as a woman you can be. Every lipstick you need. That's what you do. If you're unhappy, taking your complaint further. Wow. It is lovely to do that. I mean, if they do turn up with loads of their friends and you just get on your knees, take it in turns, make sure you've got as many cups as possible to make that coffee, I guess. Taking it further, if you manage to get further than one, lady, you are very lucky. I would say start making that focaccia bread. I can actually make focaccia bread. I have no idea, but try and always have the best ingredients around. So when need be, girl, we can take it further. Usually take it further means secretly put in the whole squad quietly. And that would be nice. So if you do find you're taking it further, get some braces, I guess, so you don't get gap teeth or anything like that. That would be another one. Try not to... we'd all like to take it further. Each curl represents how far we are willing. There's quite a few on this front back. Count them all. That's about 9, 10, 15, 1,000. The glossary. Body worn camera. Yeah, images can be uploaded as long as they remain officers afterwards. Department of Professional Standards. Yes, well... It's called shopping. You get the tights that you need, you get the stockings, nail varnish, and always have a form of act of piety towards the men you wish to impress. Just be very kind. Always remember their national celebrations and what's most important to them. Directed investigations. Honey, they always say just stay shaved. That's the best way. Independent investigations. Just always be ready, I guess. Independent officer of police conduct. Wow. If you are asked to make a promise, keep it. Local investigations. Sometimes you have to just say, I'm sorry, lady. Now, you may fancy criminals, but I'm not into the same men you are. However, I do like hard porn, and I find it really fascinating when I watch the disappointment in some of these people. No, I watch the excitement. I just want to put oil on their fingers. I mean, did you see them fold that guy up and cuff him and just throw away the key? That's amazing. I wonder if his wrist is all right, throwing those keys so far away and banishing these criminals from everyday normal life. That's a mandatory referral. Wow. Mandatory referral. Well, if he thinks you're lovely enough for the whole squad, sweetheart, accept the referral and make sure everywhere is tidy so everybody feels welcomed. Oh, yeah. And always vote for the commissioner. Like, if you know his cock is really big, then he should be the one in charge. And that goes with personality, that goes with the hand size, all of that. And I mean, really, like, let's make this a real issue now. And reflective practice and review. They say acts of piety is the best way to reflect and review. So just become a bit more devoted than normal. So that way, nobody can make a mistake on what your intentions are. And we don't know what unsatisfactory performance are. No. That's why we don't make complaints.